Welcome. Thanks so much for joining me today for mindful movement and meditation. We'll use our practice initially with the movement to help settle our body to become more centered and grounded within. And once we do that, we find that our mind is usually starting to be able to focus better and to be able to, find a more sense of calm and stillness. So if you'd like to get started, I'm offering or inviting people to have a chair close by for today. You don't have to sit in a chair, but we are going to maybe use it for some of the stretches that we do. So if you want to have a chair close to you. And we'll get started just in a seated position. So sitting in a chair or a cushion on the floor. We're going to begin to pay more attention to our body. So if you'd like to start to shift your focus onto yourself. And noticing overall how you're feeling today physically. Come into the best alignment you can. I like to, if I'm sitting on the chair, sit closer to the front edge of the chair, making sure my feet are on the floor. We're bringing our attention into this moment as we ground within ourselves. Harmonizing with the present moment as we begin to follow the breath. If you'd like to close your eyes at this time, feel free. As you begin to shift deeper inside yourself, also checking in with how you're feeling throughout the other levels of the body. We move from the gross, which is the physical body. Your physical body is not gross. It's just, it's moving from what is more tangible to less and less tangible. We call it the layers of the body or the koshas in yoga. And as we become more aware of all different aspects of ourselves, we begin to bring them together, unite them together. So we follow the breath to go deeper. And take a slow, deep breath in and a slow, deep breath out. And if you'd like to breathe out through your mouth, you can. As you breathe in, pay attention to your breath flowing through your body, how it feels as it enters and what places are opening. And as you exhale, feel your breath release and feel your body release. We'll do that 2 more times with breath. And this time as you exhale, releasing completely. Let's begin to lower the head down. And on your next breath, then if you'd like to lift the head up and just continue flowing like this. On the exhalation, you'll bring your head down. And on the inhalation, you'll bring your head up. It's a very gentle, slow movement. And as you notice your head moving, also notice what's happening down through the rest of your body. And you might notice that your spine is naturally moving with this position. And now we can start to deepen that movement through the spine and the back. So as you lift your chin, allow more of your chest to open, your shoulders to roll back. And as you breathe out your chin towards your chest, allow your belly to come in. Maybe your hands slide forward on your knees. Continue this for 2 to 3 more breaths. I'm also bringing my hands forward as I exhale. And my hands back towards my hips as I inhale. This time as you inhale, come back to center. And we're going to come out of our seated position. And if you'd like to place your chair just to the side of your mat, we're going to use it for a few things later on. But if you'd like to come to a standing position now on your mat, and just begin to find your alignment in the mountain pose. And it doesn't mean you have to be completely still. I like to invite movement into my body, into my legs and feet, rocking a little bit forward and back. Lifting my heels and then coming onto the toe base there. And then we'll come back to center. And if you'd like to find your balance here on your left leg, lifting your right leg up, and we'll do a few ankle circles. The key to balancing is focus. So if you can find some place to focus on in front of you, keep your gaze steady, and find that your balance gets a little bit better there. So just bringing your leg out and then back in, bending the knee. And then we'll release that side and come back to center for a moment, even weight through both legs and feet. And we'll shift now the weight to the right leg. Make sure when you're shifting your weight, you're not collapsing into your hip. You're keeping your hip open and aligned, and we'll circle through the left foot. Go in the opposite direction. And then just start to extend your legs straight out in front and bend your knee in. Do that a few more times. If you need to hold on to something for support, that's why we have the chair beside us. It could be a good tool to use, or the wall. Releasing, coming back to center. And again, feeling through your legs and your feet. Let's bring the feet closer together and bend the knees, bring the hands right above the knees, and a few slow circles of your knees in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. We'll come back up to standing, and let's widen the feet apart, and we'll begin to circle through the hips. And we'll slowly move in one direction, a few rotations. You can inhale, flow your hips forward, exhale, hips rolling back. We'll do that a few more times in this direction. Loosening up a very tight area for most people, especially in the morning time, the hips and the lower back. So let's rotate in the other direction. And again, you can follow your breath as you inhale, you're rolling forward, as you exhale, rolling back. And then we'll come back to center. And this time we're going to bring the feet hip distance apart. And we're going to come into a half forward bend. I'm just going to show you from the side. If you'd like to bend your knees, we're going to come into a half forward bend and then bending the knees a bit more and rooting down to lift back up. And we'll continue that as we breathe. So on the exhalation, come forward. And on the inhalation, rise back up. If you'd like to keep your hands on your hips, you can. If you'd like to start to, with your hands on your hips, pull your elbows back as you stand up straight. That's a nice opening for the front of your chest and shoulders. And you're just feeling that stretch in your back as you come forward, in your legs. You can always keep your knees slightly bent with this movement. We'll do that 2 more times. And this time as you inhale, plant your feet, bend your knees. We're going to reach up through the arms. And on the exhalation, bring the hands down at your heart. Breathing in and with your hands together, reaching your arms up. Bringing your arms back slightly. This time as you exhale, let's fold halfway and then see if it feels good to come all the way down. If you want to use your chair for support, with your hands on your chair or your elbows on the chair, that's nice. And then we're going to come halfway up again, looking forward, bending the knees. And on your next breath out, sinking down. This time, we're going to prepare to come all the way up, planting your feet, bending your knees, reaching through your arms. And as you exhale with your palms together, bring them down to your heart. Good, we'll do that again. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, let's fold, half forward bend or full. Breathing in halfway up. And breathing out to sink. And plant your feet, bend your knees, reach up with your arms over your head. And as you exhale, bring those palms back together at your heart. We'll stay here for another breath or two. And then as you breathe in, this time reaching your hands straight up again. And as you exhale, we're going to step sideways on the mat, arms open to the sides in the star position. I'm going to turn my feet slightly out to the side, and with an exhale, come down, bending the knees, and the knees are going in the same direction as the toes. And the elbows are coming down, and then breathe in and straighten. We'll try that a couple more times. So breathing out and coming into this position, breathing in, reaching up. Good. This time as you exhale, release. Let go of your arms, and we're going to turn one foot out. So let's start with the left side. We're going to turn the left foot out to the side toward one edge of the mat, and the back foot in slightly, and we're going to bend and straighten that leg. Okay. And most important alignment principle when we're moving in our body like this with the knee, making sure that the knee is aligning with the toes. Okay, so it's not rolling in or out. Let's add the arm movement with this. So this time as you bend your knee, you're going to reach your left arm up. And as you exhale, we're going to straighten. Okay, let's try that again. Breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out to release. We'll try that about 2 more times on this side. You're flowing with your breath, not mine. So trying not to match my movement. We're going to turn the feet to center now, turning them forward, and then shifting the opposite foot out to the side, the back foot in just slightly, or you can always keep it facing forward, but I like to bring it in a little bit, and then we'll bend and straighten. Just to get our body moving in this position, we'll bend and straighten, feeling through your legs. Making sure the knee is pointing in the direction of the toes, and there's a little bit more weight on that outer part of your foot to help lift the arch. Let's add the arm. Inhale and exhale as you release. Okay, and just continue to flow with your breath. And we'll do this one more breath. And we'll release that arm, turn both feet forward, and we'll walk the feet in, heel toe, slide them in underneath your hips again. And then just bending and straightening your legs a few times. Bring your arms up. And as you exhale, you can connect your hands together and bend over to one side. Breathing in to come back to center and breathing out other side. We'll continue that about 2 or 3 more times each side. If you need to rest at any point, please do. You can always release your arms. And we'll come back to center and release slowly. And letting your body rest for a few breaths. This time as you inhale, let's bring the hands out, palms facing the front. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders. And keep your elbows about shoulder distance height. We're going to inhale like we're opening a flower. And exhale as you close that flower. So bring your hands back. Continue this for a couple more breaths. And then we'll release. But actually keep your hands on your shoulders and roll them out. Okay. So feel into your upper back and shoulders with this movement. And it's really helping to release a lot of tension there. It's a good thing to do whenever you find yourself getting tense in your upper body. You can also just wiggle it all out, shake it out a little bit. You can shake out through your arms, your hands. That really helps to dissipate any kind of tightness or tension. And as we become more aware of the mind-body connection, we realize what our body does affects the mind. So if our body is tight and tense, it affects the quality of our thoughts and vice versa. Let's shake out the legs too. So way that we can feel more freedom, space, and peacefulness is just checking in with the body and making sure that we're not unconsciously holding some tension or tightness. We all do it, but sometimes we're just not aware of it. And when we start to free the body, we start to free the mind. So we'll just swing the arms a few times. And the breath is that, the bridge between the mind and body. It brings balance to both. And when I say breath, it's noticing the breath, it's noticing and helping the breath slow down. The quality of our breath, the steadiness of it is also directly affecting our body and our mind. So we use our breath as that tool to find peace and balance within, so we can just enjoy being in our bodies a little bit more, right? Now let's ramp up our shaking a little bit more and really, really, really wiggle and move your body. And just think about kind of, the perfect song for kids, but it's for adults too. Shake your sillies. Shake your sillies out. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it. I just mean it's so good to get rid of all the stress and the tension from your body. So just think about what you're releasing. You don't even have to think about what you're releasing. Just know that this is helping you to let go all that stuff that we've been holding on to. Okay. You can bounce up and down. I like to bounce up and down a few times. Physically, this is great for your body too. It helps to increase the lymph flow in your body. That it needs something. We need to move our body to get that lymph flowing through. That helps to flush out all the toxins from everywhere in your body, all the cells, the organs, the blood. And of course, this gets the blood flowing, the energy flowing. So we'll release that and we'll just begin to notice. After you come back into your mountain, your still steady position here, do you feel your body differently now? Is there anything different going on within yourself? And that really helped to increase my vibration. I don't know if you can notice that too. I'm assuming you can feel this enhanced sort of tingling, aliveness, maybe a little bit of trembling, maybe a little bit of heat. Everybody can experience that differently, but I just want to keep doing it. It's actually a meditation technique too, shaking. The yoga teacher or master, I guess, Osho, I don't know too much about him, but I know that he recommends doing this kind of thing before meditation. And I've tried it once and it was really, really very, very cool experience. So we'll come back to stillness. We're going to do just a few more things to loosen up. And this will be more for the hamstrings and the lower back. Those are areas that get really tight and tense, right? And we feel that sometimes in our meditation, so in our seated posture. So we're going to use the chair. I'm going to have the back of the chair, the seat back facing me. And I'm going to bring the left foot forward and the right foot back into a comfortable position. This time we're doing more like a standing lunge. Your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to bend and straighten this front knee, keep the back leg straight. Okay, try to position your hips so that both hips are directly pointing towards the chair. Okay. And then we're going to bring our arms up as we bend the knee. And as you exhale, just release your arms. We'll do that a couple more times. You can let your arms also flow back and reach back as you release. Feels nice to reach back and open that way. This time as you reach your arms up, lift your back heel up too. Bend your front knee and then release and plant your back heel down. Do that one more time. Good. And this time keep your front knee bent. Reach your arms and straighten your legs and start to fold from your hips. And that's why we're using the chair, because we're just gonna lengthen out. See if that feels comfortable for your body to lengthen out here. Push your hips back and that'll help to lengthen through your lower back. Okay, get some space there. Balance the weight between both feet and breathe. And breathe. If this becomes too much, you can always bend that front knee. Bring yourself back. Right? And you can go into it again. And I love this stretch. This is like a half pyramid pose. Pyramid being when you start to let your upper body fold right down, hands towards the floor. But I find this can be really nice as a practice to open the back and spine. Okay, we'll stay for one more breath. And then we'll come forward and step the feet forward. Step the back foot forward, come into mountain for a moment. A mountain moment. And then we'll step the left foot back and do a little bit of that movement here, bending and straightening the front knee. And you can add the arms as you bend, reach the arms up. And as you straighten, you release the arms down. We'll do that a couple more times. This time, if you'd like, you can also bend your knee and lift up through your back heel as you reach up. And then plant it down and straighten the leg, release your arms, bring your arms back. You can always reach back. That feels really nice. This time as you inhale, keep your feet planted, reach your arms up and exhale, and we'll come into that lovely stretch with the chair. So I can let my chair slide a bit, keep my feet planted, pull my hips back and find that opening right to the spine. We'll go right to the tailbone and pull backwards. And breathe here. And one more breath. And then we'll come back to center. Bring your back foot in, standing straight and tall in the mountain pose. And we'll begin to come into a seated position for our meditation. If you'd like to sit on a chair today, feel free. I can show you one more thing to do on the chair before we get settled that will really help loosen up the lower back. So if you have a chair and you want to do this, if not, you can Just sit on the floor and do a forward bend like we're going to do with your legs can be crossed. So we're going to reach up through the arms. My feet are a little bit wider apart, knees wider, and come over. So I'm right at the front edge of the chair. And I'm just letting my upper body hang. If I want to keep my elbows on my thighs, you can do that. And come into a half forward bend. If you want to sink all the way down, let go through your arms, let go through your head. I'll stay here for another breath or two. And then to come out, slide your hands back to your thighs and slowly roll up. Okay. And before we do our meditation, one more pose, and we're going to do a twist. So on the chair, it's wonderful because you can keep your alignment in your upper body. You can keep everything stacked up and open. If you want to sit and do this and you feel like you can sit up nice and tall, feel free. So we're just going to bring one hand back and hold on to the back of the chair. One hand on the outside of the other knee. Hoping to release that. Again, it's like just a wonderful squeeze, a wonderful way to wring out tightness, tension, stress, blockages in your back. And then you slowly release and come back to center. Feel your back release. And we'll come to the other side. And just following your breath here for a few more cycles of breath. And then slowly releasing, unwinding, rooting your sit bones down into whatever support you're sitting on today. We're going to continue on this time with meditation. Starting to bring our senses inward as you close your eyes. Go into whatever position that you find works for you. So try the chair. I'm going to sit in a cushion just because I find for me it's comfortable, and I just like the feeling of sitting closer to the floor. But I advise you to do whatever allows you comfort. You can feel from your feet, whatever position your feet are in. Just feeling for a moment the soles of your feet. Feeling the soles of your feet alive and vibrant with energy. Connecting you to the earth energy. And that earth energy can come up from the feet up through the lower legs, through the knees, the thighs, and the hips. And we can flow energy down from our earth chakra, which is the energy center at the base of our upper body, just above the pelvic floor. We can allow that energy from our bodies to flow back down from the base chakra, down through your legs and out through your feet. And we're just sitting with this awareness of our foundation. Start to breathe with the focus on the root chakra area. So you could even imagine that your breath can go right down to your root as you inhale, opening and expanding with breath. And as you exhale, releasing the energy through the body, just in a general sense. Nothing, try not to focus too intensely or concentrate too hard. Just bring this attention and with light focus, not a lot of effort. Hold space for yourself in as you just be here in your body, aware of your body and aware of your breath. Bring yourself up with your attention from the root up through the upper body, and try not to fixate on experiencing your body a certain way. For example, if your body feels tense, tight, pain, there's some pain. See if you can notice it without wishing it away or pushing it away, or honor whatever comes up with acceptance. Let's use a visualization. So we've got the root open, and imagine that there's roots moving down. They can move down through your legs and feet. They can move down straight from the root, the base of your torso, into the earth. Just a general sense of being rooted, like a plant or a tree. And from that foundation, there's an opportunity to allow from that base the rest of your body to expand upwards. to reach up into the sky. Maybe it's like an expansion that flows straight up and out through your upper body, through your head. But you can visualize your upper body like a tree, how it expands. Sometimes some trees go straight up. But let's go for more of a broad, widening and opening out. Just use your imagination, visualize yourself becoming like a tree. More from that energetic perspective, right? Anything that feels caught or tense or tight or held in your body, just imagine that that place is actually like a branch and it expands out, 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 reaches out into the space around your body. So it could affect the front of your body, it could affect the sides, and it could affect your back. With this visualization, we're expanding in all directions. You can imagine the crown of your head opening and this beautiful burst of aliveness. Maybe there's color. Maybe there's some blossoming, some flowers. You are beautiful in this expansion. Your soul is ignited and you are expanding into your potential. And there's no limit to your expansion. You can come back to your root if you ever need to feel, we've got our roots down into Mother Earth. We've got our foundation. Where roots are holding us here in the moment, strong and steady. And come back to the core of your body. To your breath. Resting here for a few more moments in your uniqueness, in your beauty, and in your strength. These qualities are always there. You have everything you need within you. They're patiently waiting for you to discover the abundance. The infinite possibilities. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Truth and bliss is found within. It's like peeling back those layers. We were talking about the layers at the beginning. We refer to them in yoga as koshas. You can kind of think of those Russian or Ukrainian nesting dolls. There's bodies within bodies. And you move from the outer to the inner. And that's what we're doing to uncover our reality as we journey through ourself. We're journeying through the self. To the self. And smiling. Hopefully you've experienced, some lightness, some happiness as you've spent time here in your meditation today. See, that's what is at the core of all this, of our body and our life is uncovering that happiness, that's that joy of being, that's just there for no other reason. It's just there. There's nothing that needs to make it happen. There's nothing in the outer world that can make it happen. It is just residing, living within our being. And you smile when you find it. And we find it again and again and again. We expose it. We all want to just be happy, right? So as you start to make your way out, you can do a little wiggle from side to side in your upper body, just a slight movement. It's nice to roll through your upper body. You can do any other stretch that feels good. I want to do the side stretch. You bring your hands together at your heart. and thinking of how creating an intention for the rest of your day, something to come back to, how you'd like to see your day flow, or what you might need to remind yourself to come back to come back to peace and joy and love at the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you again soon.